Now Hoist throws the left knee up, but it doesn't do anything. It's a light thing just to keep him honest, so to speak. Sakuraba is reaching around behind, grabbing Hoist's gi belt, his black belt.
Also strange is that the corner suddenly moved. The Gracie corner is actually giving him
they're following the
instructions in the neutral corner.
Yeah, they're following the fighter. I don't know if that's in the rules or not. Maybe it's not in the rules.
No. That's interesting because I happen to have the rules right here.
And it says, cornermen can move or cannot move.
The competitor and the cornerman shall abide by any judgment. Competitors may have up to 3 people as cornermen who are requested to stay in their corner and not contact physically to the competitors during the match.
So
they have not
in the corner.
Well, they must have. Maybe that's part of their special rules.
Yep,
could be.
It must be.
It must be because the judges and referees at ringside are not making us think about it. So
well, the judges are watching the fight. That's not their job. That's more for the referee if he can, or the people on site that work for the company.
Yeah, the security people. There he is, one of the world's greatest rock and roll guitar players, one of the greatest ever. Eric Clapton, a pop icon, parallel to none.
Hoist is kneeing away, inside knees.
Sakuraba answering back with a light right knee to Hoist's rib section, just sitting there like he's bored. I think he wants Hoist to run out of gas. He's thinking about, okay, give me something, Hoist. Give me an opening. But Hoist is really keeping him close, not really giving him anything.
Let me count. How many degrees is that? Let me count the belt. Like 7 or something, huh?
I think he's it's either 6th or 7th degree black belt.
Pretty high, I guess.
That's pretty high. How many black belts do you have?
I got some from Kyokushin and everything, but I mean, Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is really hard to get.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like a karate belt.
Maurice, did you ever get a black belt?
No, only a brown belt. Taekwondo. Yeah. See this rule. See this, what's going on right now? This rules issue here. Nothing's happening. The referee wants to make some action. Now they're complaining because he's wants to break.
The referee is trying to institute a break. He's trying to say, okay, break.
Make us fight.
Yeah, because
it's just boring.
Yeah, because this is what.
No, I think the leg is hooked in and he cannot.
No, they want to break him. He wants to break him.
Okay, they're having a controversy already.
So now they have a controversy because of the rules. You see, this is what happened with the rules. You should just have the regular fight.
You know, this is the kind of fight that most people had expected this would be. The first round was a surprise to us and probably the rest of the world, but this second round is pretty much exactly as we thought it would be, either on the ground or standing in a clinch, just sitting there waiting for the guy, sitting there waiting for the guy to get tired. And I think that
the Takada's coming in. See, he should go over there and discuss the corner as well, because there are corners all over here.
Look,
no, his leg was out.
Okay, but
Sakuraba.
This has almost become like court TV here. They're talking about rules and not fighting. They're like literally almost taking a break.
It's amazing.
See, there's got to be rules in the fight, you know, because it's going to be boring. But we'll figure it out.
Oh, there's the stomp now. That's going to take its toll. It is. I mean, those foot stomps do hurt.
Oh, man, they can break your bones.
Yeah, they can break that instep easily. One of the first people that I ever saw do that was Marco Huas.
Against Paul Varlins.
Paul Varlins,
yes.
UFC number 7. He hurt Paul Varlins'
We
foot.
had Peter Smith, the Thai boxer from Holland. He did it in Thailand.
Yeah, against Champuik. Yeah, I saw that.
And while he was waving to his mother, who was in the audience.
Yeah, and Peter Smith in that fight was also dropping the downward elbows on the back of his head and the medulla, which is actually not even legal in Muay Thai.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
Peter Smith was a crazy guy.
Yep. He still is, actually.
I hear he's doing pretty good now.
He's doing good now. He straightened things out.
Now there's Helio looking on. I wonder what Helio's thinking. He's probably thinking, just take your time, Hoist, which Hoist is, but unfortunately so is Mr. Sakuraba, giving us really not a lot to talk about as far as the fight going on.
If you notice over here, Steve, all the cornermen on both sides are on the corner. They're not by the rules here.
Okay.
Because there's Takada over there, and then there's the Gracie clan over here. Nobody's following the rules.
I think that because there are no rules in this fight, that this piece of paper that we have before us basically goes right out the window.
Actually, the only one following the rules is Mr. Helio. Helio Gracie's staying in his corner.
Yes, he is.
He's the only one following the rules.
Can't he grab the belt now, Sakuraba? That he grabs the belt from
5 minutes past.
Royce and tries to twist him or something? I mean,
The thing is, I think this is a matter of attrition.
That's a smart move. That's a smart move. Use that like you would in a hockey fight. Pull it over his head.
oh yeah, he can do that.
It's
too.
other, of course he can. He can't take it off and use it though.
But he can take it over him.
He can take it over.
Maybe he's going to put a nut in it.
Well, listen, well, right
Tie
now,
it around the rope.
right now he can't do anything because his arms are going to go so high. But hopefully he has a plan here. 5 minutes have passed, and he's grabbing the gi, but he hasn't done nothing with it. So, you know, hopefully this leads to something else.
If anything, and you guys both know, he's creating a distraction because in Royce's mind, he's thinking, what's he doing? So that takes him for a moment out of what he's doing with the chopping of the knees. But Mr. Sakuraba's just sitting there playing around with the gi. He might have something up his sleeve. If he drops straight down, I don't know what he's got.
Oh, he's just keeping busy with the knees, the inside knees, and I have to tell, man, it's what I said in the first place. They're going to hurt at the end.
If I was judging the fight, which I'm not,
Because there are no judges.
but I'd say Royce is winning right now. It's true.
Royce is definitely winning the fight right now, but Sakuraba's smiling. You know, realistically, guys, this fight goes into third, 4, 5 rounds. Are these gentlemen going to be able to continue in a tournament to fight Igor Vovchanchyn?
Well, let me say this. Through the grapevine of the fighters, nobody figured either one of these fighters are going to the next round. That's what most of the fighters are thinking. They're figuring this is going to be it. If Sakuraba wins, he has nothing to gain, really, by going into the next round. He beat the Gracie. If Royce wins, they figure he's going to drop out. So I don't, if it goes to like 45 minutes to an hour, a lot of other fighters think that they're going to drop out.
And what is going to happen, actually, if Royce is going to win and Royce is going to drop out?
Which brings to mind, if, let's say, Royce Gracie wins, and he cannot continue. Now, Royce is pulling guard.
Look at this.
Okay, he's pulling guard. Sakuraba's got his arm straight. Nothing doing.
Beautiful. Beautiful counter on Sakuraba's part.
He is so well balanced. Unbelievable.
As you were saying, Steve.
Okay, we do not have any alternates in this tournament, but the way they're going to address the possibility of a fighter who wins dropping out is they go to the, okay, this is in Block A. Block A, Igor Vovchanchyn won his fight, and whoever wins between Royce Gracie and Mr. Sakuraba, if they drop out, they will go to one of the gentlemen from Block C who lost, and they will replace whoever drops out. Let's say if, for instance, if Mr. Sakuraba wins this fight but cannot continue because of exhaustion or injuries, then one of the losers from Block 2, which has yet to happen, will take his place. And the way they're going to determine that is that,
Oh, he's pulling it up.
he's pulling that gi up.
Sakuraba's having fun out there.
He really is. You know, this guy likes fighting.
Every time he makes something up.
You know, that's true, boss. This guy, to me, is a true artist.
He is.
Because every time he fights, something new and different happens.
Look at this. Look, I got him. But he really can't get it right now.
No, and Royce knows that this could potentially be a problem, but I don't think Royce expected this, but he should have, because
Sakuraba
wearing the gi.
Yes.
Well, with Mr. Sakuraba, a fighter he's always got to expect at least the unexpected in the fight.
And wearing the gi, I'm sure they've worked out in their dojo to work with the gi to work against you, the person wearing the gi.
Well, Royce Gracie in his last fight was actually a submission wrestling fight in Brazil against Valij Ismail with gis on, and the gi definitely worked against him in that fight.
It did, but it was a jiu-jitsu fight, and it was a great. It's another. I think Walid is known as a Gracie killer. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, he is. He's beaten 3 of them so far, and in jiu-jitsu, that's good. He's, like I said, the sports and the sport we're in now has evolved to a level that it's not barbaric, it's not brutal. It's a science now. It's a science the way that who's the smartest fighter, who's the best conditioned fighter, who's the most complete fighter. And, you know, when you got specialized sport like just jiu-jitsu or just kickboxing or just karate, it's a little different. These guys now are complete fighters. They're complete in every aspect, and they're going to get better.
You know, I completely agree, Mo, and there's only really been one serious injury in the sport of mixed martial arts and no holds barred, and that happened in an unsanctioned fight in Ukraine, where a gentleman unfortunately, you know, lost his life. But in boxing, for instance, there have been over 350 deaths. Yet boxing is pretty much cowed down to by certain senators in the United States in favor of trying
Okay,
to...
look at this. Royce with a punch, flurry of punches. A good, solid punch.
Good body punches by Royce Gracie.
Good knee from Sakuraba.
countering back. Uppercut by Royce Gracie. Right hook by Royce Gracie. Royce's boxing well here. What started off to be a less than exciting round is now turned into something interesting. Royce Gracie exhibiting some boxing ability.
Yes, 10 minutes passed into the round, and Royce is throwing punches.
And there were solid punches to the body.
Yes, he was effective punching. That was good. That was almost striker mentality.
Yes.
Striker technique.
His power wasn't really that of, let's say, a Bob Chanchin or even a Maurice Smith or Bas Rutten for that matter. But nonetheless, he's reminding Mr. Sakuraba that here it is, I've got something else for you.
If you give it to me, I'm going to take it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got $20, Steve. Thanks.
That is my 50, man. You got 20? Boy, Steve, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we go again.
Well, we're having fun here at ringside in Tokyo, Japan at the Tokyo Dome.
We got the best place of the house.
We got the best seats in the house. For the Pride Fighting Championship 2000, Royce Gracie versus Kazushi Sakuraba. Second round into an unlimited time limit fight. This could go on for a while, folks.
Well, right now, if we go to this round here, this will be the second round, be a half hour into the fight.
Okay, he's going to pull it over his shoulder now. He's going to peel it off.
Sakuraba's really getting into Royce's head here, but unfortunately, this is more show tactics than anything because Royce has answered back, but he's answered back, but it hasn't really hurt Sakuraba yet. I suppose the chopping away at the legs may have its toll later in the fight.
Yep.
But those knees...
Look at Gracie, he's laughing. He's like, that's old school technique there, pal. We're prepared for it. It's not a real threat, but like you're saying, Steve, it could be getting to Royce's head. But to be honest, I think Royce is a really strong competitor, and if it's not going to affect, he'll know what's going to affect him. He'll know when he's in danger, and I don't think that's going to really bother him.
Well, let's thank Mr. Sakuraba that if this were tending to be a lackluster fight at this moment,
it's very exciting.
That him pulling away at the gi gives the audience something to think about. Maybe what if this happens, that happens. So he's providing show for the audience.
Yeah, it's entertaining. He makes it very entertaining. He's an entertaining fighter.
He really is. He's one of the most entertaining fighters in the real fighting world.
I think he's the most entertaining. Not just so much the fighting aspect, but his personality, his attitude. A lot of guys that fight just fight, but he fights and he enjoys it. You can see it in his face. I mean, even still, his expression does not change. He should be called the expressionless face fighter.
Well, the expressionless face fighter who comes in the ring with the mask with two other guys. We'll call it that.
Mr. Calm.
Yeah, exactly.
Poker face.
Poker face, yes.
That would be a good one.
Well, you know, one of the things that he did, he had a photo session when he found out that Royce Gracie wanted an unlimited time limit, and he wore a diaper.
Yeah, I heard about that. You want to espouse that a little bit?
Well, you know, I asked Mr. Sakuraba at the rule meeting, and I said, Mr. Sakuraba, offhandedly, are you going to wear a diaper in the match because it might go a long time? And he said, no, that was just a joke.
Look at this. Royce has his own gi, and he's going for a guillotine choke. Going around the neck and grabs his own gi. This is actually, I think, what he did with Ken Shamrock the first time.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we're getting near the end of the round, so when the bell rings, it's going to be to Royce's disadvantage, even if he would have had a possible submission, of which Mr. Sakuraba has got good defense against.
Oh, he's pulling the belt down.
He's using his gi good. This is good.
Now that's going to get into Royce's head if he just...
Oh, he's faking tap.
He's going to pull his pants down.
Now this is entertainment, folks.
Look at this.
Now, does that mean he's in the danger, or is it something he's doing because he's okay?
There are no rules, guys. So he can pull his pants down.
I think that Mr. Sakuraba, because of the fact that Royce dictated some of the rules, is basically showing, well, there's some ways around that I can play around with the rules too.
1 minute.
1 minute left. Well, this man is a playful guy.
They're both looking good shape. This can continue for a long time.
This will be a long time. Okay.
Royce is going for the guillotine, but he only has half guard, and Sakuraba's arm is in there, so Mr. Sakuraba is in no danger. But he's using the gi to...
I don't know. We can't see from here, you know. I don't know how deep is sunk.
But I think Sakuraba can hold his breath for 30 seconds, and that's about how much longer we
Yeah, but if it's a blood choke, you know, it's difficult to not to bleed if it if it's sunken in.
Yeah.
I would knee him in the head right now. That was Sakuraba. High knees. He's flexible. He's capable of doing it.
But Royce is expending energy holding that choke and trying for it.
See, you can knee him in the head.